Just got finished uploading today's video and I looked over and the sun was setting and figured I'd get a shot for tomorrow. It looks pretty cool. Pretty nice. Move over on this side. There's one picnic table on the other side next to the pond, and some crazy guy shows up, decides he's going to do yoga right next to the picnic table. I'm like, yeah, I think I can move. Hope he doesn't decide to follow me again. Really hate to break a guy's legs after doing yoga. Anyway, on with the day. Alright, hey, my name is Carlin. Thanks for watching my video. I always forget to say all these things at the end of the video, and I think most people don't watch to the end, so let me just knock this out really quick in the beginning and we'll get on with the show. Cool? Right. I'm working on lighting here too. So, apparently there's about 22 military veterans committing suicide every day. What I'm doing this ride for is to try to bring awareness to the problem and to reach out to people who know veterans or to reach out to veterans directly and first just help them to realize that this isn't the best option, that there's better ways to do this, and that they still matter and we care about them. All right. I know when I got out of the military, it was kind of a rocky start for me. I was so used to how things were. You get out, everything is upside down and it's very chaotic and not a smooth transition sometimes. So I had a lot of empathy for what's going on. Finally, if you want to help me through things like PayPal, look in the video description below the video, or I'll put it up on screen here. There's a link, and I've got a website. You can go check that out. It's got links to everything. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and on with the show. All right, good morning, world. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning on Friday, July 29th. The panels are clean, and we're getting a charge. Half of the bike is loaded already. I'm just going to eat some breakfast, and then we'll pack up and get ready to go. We have now that I fixed the wire again, yeah, we're getting 68 watts already and 50.8 volts, so we'll be close to full charge by the time I leave. I came in here at like 46 volts last night, and I took advantage of the plug-in in the rest area, in the restroom, and I had it charged hour and a half. Drunk local guys come wandering through. I'm sitting over here and I saw the light come on in the bathroom because there's a window on the bathroom. So when you walk in, the motion light turns on, and so from back here I could see the light came on. I looked over there like, oh no. I'm like, all right, let me start wandering over there, and they're all confused and staring at this thing, and I'm like, dude, please just don't mess with that, okay? You know, I think at one point they must have unplugged it like they were going to take it, and then they didn't know what it was, and they put it back and plugged it back in, but they didn't turn it back on again. So, you know, if I hadn't have gone over there, it wouldn't have charged at all. So anyway, so it got at least an hour at 8 amps, which I think at best conditions with the solar I've got, I could get 3 amps of charge. So, you know, that knocked off probably 6 hours of solar charging or something like that. So it, you know, saved me a bunch of time. So even if I left right now, I'd have a lot better charge than I ever would have otherwise. And, you know, I'd have to sit here for 3 hours just to get out of here, kind of thing, because I really pushed the batteries last night. So yeah, anyway, so we're here now. This is just a nice little place. It's too bad you're not supposed to camp here. This would be my next mission after I get done the 22 states tour. I didn't even notice this. This has got to be pretty new because they got the swing set up, but no swings on it yet. So they're getting there. It's nice. And I didn't notice this last night. It's like, I guess that's AstroTurf or something. You don't keep your grass that short. Feels like there's padding underneath it. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Now when you get grass burns, it's not grass. Anyway, yeah, it's just nice. And from what I could see, it seemed like at least like the family with the bikes that I never got them on camera. I don't think you could hear them yelling in the background on some of the video from yesterday, but I think people from the town were coming here and using it as a park, which is nice. So instead of it just being a rest area for people off the highway, the locals get to take advantage of it. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. Anyway. Let's set up our dramatic angle here with this futuristic trusses. Anyway, banana, bagels. Ate all the Pop-Tarts yesterday. We got a Cliff Bar or 2 left. I'll probably hit the dollar store on the way out and pick up something, and we'll be good to go. From here, it's about 85 miles to the next campsite that I could see in the right direction. So it's like I purposely went, it's like, you know, from 2 points on the map, I could have gone one way and this way or this way and this way. So the way I went kind of not further, but a different direction to get off of the interstate. And I don't know, you get off the interstate, there's a lot less traffic, excepting that this road is a mining road, and so I had a lot of truck traffic coming through it. And then towards the end of the day, I probably was shift change, everybody coming out of the mine. I think I went by a couple coal mines, you know, so there was a pretty good amount of traffic anyway. So there is a rest area about 30 or 35 miles from here. I might just do a short day today, and then that'll put me in a better position for tomorrow. You know, it's like, well, it doesn't make any sense to get halfway in the middle of nowhere, especially out here. There's no trees. You know, it's like, yeah, you can see trees here. These are planted. Out in the plains, it is like wide open. I mean, you got rolling hills. You know, I don't need a tree to camp next to, but if it gets windy out here, it's like, it'll be like being at home. You know, yeah, I'd have to figure out, you know, something. You know, I should have brought a trenching shovel I could dig in or something like that. So, and then it's like, well, you know, if you're gonna be out in the middle taking a poop or something like that, it's just nicer to have a rest area. So, yeah. So I figure I did 75 yesterday. If I do another 30 today, that averages close to 50 miles a day. And then I think further down, I'll start getting into towns again. So I'm working my way towards Cheyenne. Kind of chip away at it, I guess. So, yeah. So just a little town from what I can see. Mostly supports the mines, I guess, probably. So, yeah. A lot of people wearing coveralls, not a lot of people wearing spandex. Alright, let's get some breakfast and then hit the road. It's almost cold. I mean, we are at 5,000 feet, I guess, so. Yeah. Anyway. This looks like a rental yard or an oil field supply place or something like that. I thought it was interesting that a lot of their buildings are painted basically in olive drab. They do blend in pretty well to the background, so it's not like an eyesore. I don't know. A few pumps out there, rolling hills, random, just wide open spaces here. Still in the rolling hills though. I'm going to be pushing a bit of a headwind for the next 3 hours. I was setting myself up to just take a half a day and stop at about noon. It'll be 30 miles. And then I think I'm going to see how I feel when I get there, because then it's another 40 miles to Douglas, and there's a couple possible campsites there or something. Okay, 3 far away, 3 close, another one there, bunch of deer. Pronghorns, I guess. barely see the viewfinder right now, so. They didn't even budge until they heard me stop, and then they all kind of spooked a little bit, and then it takes forever to get the phone to decide to be a camera. Yeah, 7. Pretty cool. Oh, and then 2 more over here. So that's 9. Nice to see him alive instead of dead on the side of the road. Alright, sit rep. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I rode literally about 30 or 35 miles to the next rest area. Figured I'd stop here and do a lunch break and then see how I felt, and then probably push on another 30 or 40 miles. I fell asleep on the picnic table for about 2 hours. Yeah, I think I need a rest day. So I've been sitting here for the next 2 hours, drinking fluids, recovering, resting, eating a bunch of snacks. Thankfully, I did stop at the dollar store before I hit the road, loaded up on snacks, and yeah. So I'm feeling better now, but it's 4 o'clock. Honestly, the clouds never really came in like I thought, because I was seeing a lot of clouds, but they never really built up overhead. They were all on the horizon. So I was like, yeah, as soon as I hit the road, it'll get cloudy. So the bike is just about fully charged again, just sitting out there in the sun. I didn't have to plug it in or anything. So I was like, all right. And the way it worked out, I left this morning with a headwind, not a super strong headwind, but a headwind. And I was feeling tired, so I used a lot more throttle than normal just to get here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not up to this today, so. Okay, so I still got 30 miles and I rode a half a day basically, so that's better than nothing. And it's going to make a difference depending on what's available, you know. So I can't just say, okay, I'm going to just crank out 50 miles or 40 miles or 70 miles or whatever. It's more like, well, how much sun do I have and where's the next reasonable place to stop, right? So it's just kind of play it up, but I don't want to plan 3 or 4 days in advance either, because it can be weather, it can be wind, it can just be how I feel. End of the day, it's like, yeah, I can't do it tomorrow, or you know, that kind of thing. So anyway, I've been carrying around a box of tool batteries. This was the original batteries that I started the trip with, and I've got a couple of these little phone charger batteries, and it's taking too long to charge them all the time. And like today, I left the bike parked where, you know, in a kind of a legitimate parking spot instead of dragging it up here next to the picnic table. So I don't have any power to charge the phone with. So I opened up that box, and it's got 6 of those big batteries and some other stuff that I may or may not need right away. I thought, well, between now and home, I might as well use those batteries to power the phone when I'm in camp. Almost every tool battery has this as an option. So the blue part on top is a USB adapter, so I can clip that onto the battery, and then that can power whatever. So it's kind of a nice thing to have. So never used that up until now, just because I didn't want to run my battery dead that was supposed to run the bike. But since I'm not using it for that, yeah, I figured I'd just lay down and stretch for a second, and I woke up 2 hours later. I was just like, I could hardly move. I was like, I'm stuck. So that was kind of funny. But anyway, I guess I did wear myself out more than I thought the day before. It was a good hard ride the day before. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and upload this. There wasn't a lot of video today. The shot of the deer was kind of fun, so
I didn't get this one on camera, but after the two shots of all the deer that were on the side of the road, I looked over on the field on the opposite side, and it looked like a cartoon. The way it was running, it was just kind of poing, 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 poing. You know, it didn't look like a gallop. It was just kind of flicking its ankles almost is what it looked like. And I looked down at the GPS, and I was going 15, and it was just almost keeping up to me, and it didn't look like it was even trying. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, it's loud because there's a pickup sitting next to me that's idling, and a couple of the I don't know if they're oil or mine trucks, but they got the big labeled sand box. It's a big cube box that they're hauling around. I assume that there's sand in there, which I remember from oil country. I'd see those sometimes in Texas and different places. So these guys are just sitting there idling all day. So either they're waiting for a load, or they're between loads, or they're running out of clock on their drive. I don't know. But anyhow, I'd go right back to sleep right now. Try to stay awake until at least nighttime so I can sleep. I think that was part of the problem. I was really keyed up from the night before, so I ended up staying up till midnight, and then I woke up at sunrise or before. So I think my eyes, I was getting allergies because the wind, there was a haze in the air, and I just couldn't. I was like, my eyes are just burning. So I tried eye drops and Benadryl, and nothing really seemed to help. So one of those things that just kind of caught up to me. I'm like, yeah, that's it, I'm done. Whew. Sorry, lack of enthusiasm today. Anyway, so we'll be well rested for tomorrow, and I'll probably do another 70-mile day tomorrow and bring the average back up again. So as always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. We'll get out of Wyoming in a couple more days, it looks like. Yeah. All right. Bye for now.